Hello and welcome to another episode of Chuckle with the Guys, episode 3. And I'm joined with the guys, Ross and Nikos. What's up, my dudes?
What's up, man?
What's going on? How's everybody been?
Yeah, not too bad. I went to the barbershop today.
You went to the barbershop?
Yeah, I had to get a little haircut. I don't know if I've ever talked to you guys about my barber before, but he's a little off the deep end. But I love the guy. Great guy overall. But I don't know if you call him. Some people call him conspiracy. Some people call him the truth. Somewhere in between.
He spits the truth.
Yeah.
He's a truth teller.
Sincere.
He's a truth teller. He says the things that most people are afraid to say that don't. He just tells it like it is.
Exactly. So today was sort of lighthearted. He's got some pretty dark conspiracies he shared with me, but today is fairly lighthearted. So I'll share them with you.
Okay.
So conspiracy number one, he pulls up a picture of the Disney font, where it just spells out Disney is written in those strange cursive letters. And he points out 3 sections. He says, "What's that look like to you?" I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "That's 666." I was like, "Oh, you're right." I was like, "Okay, I see it." I didn't, but I was like, yeah. You don't argue with your barber.
Exactly. You don't argue with that.
You sort of go with it, but I was like, okay. But then he goes on. He's like, you know what else? All these kids shows, they've been poisonous. All these kids their whole life. All of them. Sick. And then, so he tells me, there's an episode on SpongeBob where he gets his driver's license.
He says, yeah, I know that one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
He's like, listen, when you get a chance, he says, I want you to go look at that ID. And you look at that address. He said, "You know whose address that is?" I was like, "No." He's like, "That's." He said, "That's Little Epstein Island." I was like, "Get the hell out of here!" Yeah, he says
SpongeBob's driver's license.
I shit you not. I
gotta go watch that episode now. Like, is that legitimate? Hang on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if that's true, what's the actual result of that? Does he think that children are pausing? Seeing that?
Oh no, it's a subliminal messaging, right?
But that's below subliminal. Like, you don't even notice it unless you pause it and stare at it.
Well, I don't know. I do remember that scene, and you have enough time to read the card. It's not quick.
Okay.
So I think he's saying that, hey, they're preparing us to be preparing. I'm no longer a child, but they were preparing us to be touched as children.
Okay.
And then he also shared with me today. He's like, as a matter of fact, when you look at the Nickelodeon symbol, you answer the Nickelodeon graphic. He said,
"Yeah, the orange splat."
Yeah, he's like, if you look at that, guess what? That orange splat, same shape as Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Oh my god!
There's no shot.
There's no shot that's the size of that's the shape of an island. There's no chance in hell.
I don't know what his island looks like, but I am willing to bet everything. There's no shot that his island looks like the orange splat of Nickelodeon.
Are you calling my barber a liar?
Yes. I am. So no. I'm not calling him a liar. I'm calling him a fucking idiot.
So according to the internet here, that is not a real thing. It's a viral joke claiming that Epstein's Island's address appears on SpongeBob's Island, but that's not true. It comes from people misreading or intentionally joking about a frame from SpongeBob SquarePants where SpongeBob's boating license shows a nonsense Bikini Bottom address.
That's something the elites would tell you because we're too close to the truth.
Yeah.
Well, this is genuinely so upsetting though. Like, leave SpongeBob alone, dude.
Yeah,
listen, no one says SpongeBob was involved.
Do you think his pineapple under the sea is actually under Epstein's Island?
Well, you know what pineapple represents.
Oh
in
my
the adult
god,
world.
do I?
Yeah, what is he doing in that home?
Well, let me say this too. I think more than anything, I think it infers that SpongeBob was being trafficked. So, if anything,
he's a victim.
He's a victim.
He and Prince Andrew both fought in the Falkland Wars, if I recall correctly. Neither of them sweat. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually it's really deep what you're saying, because SpongeBob sops up liquid. Exactly. He is almost the anti-sweat.
Exactly. Well, do you remember the episode where he goes to Sandy Cheeks' house and he can't?
Oh yeah,
he can't exist in it.
He can't. That episode might as well have just been a documentary about Prince Andrew after the Falkland Wars.
Exactly.
Might as well.
I try to keep it. He loves boxing, so I try to keep it on boxing or sports. But usually, after 20 minutes, we're last 5 or 10 minutes of the cut, we're
Yeah.
sort of out of
Yeah.
stuff, and it always veers
Is
to
he?
conspiracy. But
How
huh?
does he feel about the Paul stuff? Did he watch Paul get knocked out?
Yeah, I mean, he was happy about it. He's an anti-Paul guy. He thinks all the other fights were fixed.
Oh, okay. Does he think
So
that one's
him
fixed?
beating
Because there's some people that think that one's kind of staged.
no, that's insane. What's his name? Jake Paul was fighting a truly like a true boxer that was way bigger than him, and they're probably around the same age.
Yeah.
So whereas Mike Tyson was the age of a grandfather.
All I know is
Yeah.
I saved that clip of him getting knocked out, and I probably watch it once a week.
Yeah, that should go in the Smithsonian.
It should. Just
You
when
know-
I'm feeling down, I just pull it up and I just watch him get knocked out, and I'm like, "Aw, this feels so much better now." And I move on.
Yeah,
with my day.
it's a good feeling. Not to like hang too much on the Mike Tyson thing, but that was almost sad. Like Mike Tyson's become such a gentle guy in his elderly years.
But it did give us one of the greatest shots in sports history. After he gives that
He
he gives
is
the powerful speech, and then
Oh,
he
yeah.
turns around, and you just see his ass come into frame. That is just such a beautiful scene, like just perfect cinematography.
it is beautiful, and I feel like it's almost symbolic of just how free and honest he is.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about Mike Tyson. Great boxer, but I don't. One of the things I don't understand with athletes is we sort of like just completely forgot the fact about why he went to jail all those years.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that.
Yeah, but
That's a little heavy. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
great, but this is. I'm not trying to excuse it, but
No, I know you're not. I just think
25 years later, we don't need to bring it back up.
Yeah. I just the lionizing of those, like
Oh yeah,
I'll leave it alone. But it's just
he's not Bill Cosby, but he's not he's not Fred Rogers. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So I was actually, I know this is off topic, but I actually was kind of annoyed yesterday. It ruined my entire afternoon. I went jean shopping,
Nice.
Okay.
and I was
And just some dungarees, huh?
yeah. I was it ruined my afternoon because I had to go up a pant size, man. I had to. I went to go get my my normal size pants. Couldn't get in them, dude.
Well, here's the trick. Well, it's not really a trick. It's really unfortunate. I think they got rid of Huskies.
Yeah.
Because let's say you're a 38.
I'm
Let's say you're
not,
naturally
but
a
yeah,
38. Okay, well, let's say you were like a naturally let's say a 32.
Okay.
A 32 Husky would have given you a little pushover. You wouldn't have had to go
Yeah.
up to a 36.
Yeah.
You could have just got, you know
I
what?
feel like
32 Husky.
36, I feel like was a good size.
Oh well, thanks,
Yeah.
man. That's the size I had to go up to.
Oh, speaking of which, what do you call it? New Year's resolution check-in.
Okay.
I've completely fallen off the wagon.
Fell off
4 weeks
completely?
in. Yeah, the goal was to lose weight, but with
What's
all this
happening?
bad weather, I've just sort of gone into
Yeah.
I've been bulking just in case the power went out.
You wanted to stay
So it's
warm,
sort of
right?
saying-
Yeah.
Exactly.
Makes
so
sense.
I'm
Makes
heavier
total
than I
sense.
was at the beginning of the year. So
I tell you,
I've been doing the
come around.
same.
It has been rough with the winter weather is not conducive to a healthy eating lifestyle. Sitting around all
It's
day,
not.
it's not.
Yeah.
When you're
It's not, but theoretically, shouldn't it though? I feel like the winter arc should be the arc where we all get stronger.
Yeah, I am. I mean, if you're in theory, right? If I'm heavier, then I'm stronger.
No, I mean like more impressive.
Healthier. Oh, yeah. Well, what do you mean?
Do you think people are more impressed with you now than they were 4 months ago?
Probably not. But here's the thing.
That's the
Let's say you're-
problem.
Let's say you're watching My 600-Pound Life. Are
Love
you
that show.
more impressed by someone killing 12 boxes of donuts for breakfast or some person walking on a treadmill for an hour being skinny? I'm
I'm
more
more-
impressed by the person killing a dozen boxes of
That
donuts.
is impressive. That is
no,
impressive. No, that is
I'm-
a feat if you can do that. That's impressive.
Yeah.
It's not, dude. I'm the opposite. That's just a Sunday morning.
Bro, you know what I did?
Yeah.
You know what I did during the ice thing? I ate.
Yeah.
I crushed like 2 boxes of Panda Puff cereal and I would drink Biltmore wine.
I don't even know what I don't even know what Panda Puff cereal
So
is.
good. It's good, dude. It's
What
like
is
a peanut,
it?
It's a peanut butter cereal with a panda on it.
Is
Okay.
it like healthy or or no?
No, it doesn't have.
This is
It doesn't have
this is
the.
not magic spoon kind of thing,
No,
right?
it's not Magic Spoon. I don't think it has got any
Okay.
fructose corn syrup in it or
Any
anything.
GMOs?
I don't think so. I think it's like healthy
Okay.
from that perspective. I don't think it's like healthy. But I crushed.
Yeah.
But this time, so today I had Nina was ordering groceries, and I told her, I said, "Could you get me some fruity pebbles?" So this go around, I got fruity pebbles coming up for this next wave.
I haven't
I don't
eaten.
think that's healthier.
Yeah, I haven't had cereal in a while, but it sounds like you have bad taste in cereal too.
I don't.
Fruity Pebbles are the Cocoa Pebbles are the way to
No,
go if you're
dude,
gonna
you're
do
talking
it.
to the guy who like has the cereal bar, man. I'm a cereal connoisseur.
I'm with Lucas on this. I think Fruity Pebbles taste like 7 Up.
Well, it is a lemon lime flavor.
Yeah.
That's what it
I
I
is.
just
don't
think
want to I don't want to eat 7 Up in gravel form.
I don't like the hue of the milk after it's over.
The
I already don't
hue-
like milk, but the color of the milk after you had
So I'm actually
Fruity
gonna
Pebbles.
disagree with you on that. I don't think you need to ever look at the milk when you're done. I feel like there's looking at the milk after you eat cereal is a shameful thing to do, and you should just avoid it.
Hmm.
It's always gonna look bad. It's always gonna look a little gross.
I don't know. That's why I say Cocoa Pebbles though. You don't have that
No,
problem.
it's gonna look gross
It looks
after
like
Cocoa
chocolate
Pebble.
milk.
Yeah, that's kind of gross though.
So back to the gene thing, real quick. Do you do you guys have a problem with your flies just falling down?
No.
No,
Listen,
What?
that's not a problem that exists.
dude,
Yeah,
it
no,
is.
that's not how it works.
Listen to me. The last 3 pairs of jeans. Listen, dude. The last 3 pairs of jeans that I have bought, the fly just over time just slides down. I'll just be standing there and I'll be like, my fly's open. I'll zip it up, and then like 30 minutes later, it's like encroaching down again, and I don't know like what that's
Nah.
about. I don't know what that's
That's
about.
it. That suggests that you are zipping and unzipping too
I'm not over
violently.
there just playing with my junk, but it looks like I'm over there playing with my junk because my junk's just constantly just hanging out.
Are you buying? Are you
It
buying
sounds like you're
jeans?
playing.
I'm not.
Yeah, are you buying jeans where you have to attach the zipper later, or because I
That's
buy my
What?
That's
jeans
what?
with the
That's a
zippers already
thing?
attached?
What do you mean?
That's not a
That's why I'm
thing.
confused. That's why I'm confused because it sounds really faulty. Like it's like not part of the jean. Like, are
That's
you
what I'm
buying
saying.
like
I
spare
spent
zippers?
I spend like $60 on this new pair of jeans, and all day today I'll just be like, oh my god, my zipper is just naturally coming down. Like, what is that? What is that?
I don't know. I feel like
It
if we
drives
read
me
the
crazy.
if we read the Jeffrey Epstein files, we'd probably find that same statement somewhere.
That just
So
my
the
jeans
zipper
just
just-
came off. They just kept sliding down. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is, but it's driving me crazy because like the last pair of jeans I had, it would do that, and I just thought it was a shitty pair of jeans. I buy this new pair of jeans, it's doing it again.
Maybe buy button only, like where's like the 5-button fly or whatever.
No, don't do that. That's weird as hell. This definitely sounds like user error, though.
User
If this keeps
error.
if this keeps happening to you, this is a you problem.
Where are you buying your jeans at?
I got
That's
them
the
at
real question.
all right. So the previous pair I got at actually, you know what? No, they've all been from Target.
Okay.
Okay.
Target's got all those big ass red balls in the front, man. Like they're up to some weird shit.
Oh, it drives me crazy, man. I don't know what that's about. I mean, I just feel like I'm constantly like self conscious of it. And my junk just hanging out, and I'm constantly over there playing with myself, trying to get the
Well,
zipper up.
I mean, as long as you got undergarments on some drawers, you should be all right.
Yeah,
Like,
I am.
Hmm.
I don't,
you know.
yeah, naturally. But yeah, that drives me,
Wear long shirts.
Yeah.
I do,
I
but
would-
that drives me crazy. It drives me crazy.
Have
How often do you
Googled this?
notice it?
Like a while, like no, like every 30 minutes to an hour.
Oh,
Oh God.
I mean,
Yeah, this
today,
is a problem.
So like
you have a full blown problem.
that's what I'm
I think
saying.
I
Like
have a
today, I was
zipper
actually
gremlin.
like today, like yesterday when I bought these new pair of jeans, I was actually like, you know, this one thing that I thought was like, oh, well, good, well, maybe I'll fix this zipper issue, and then I get the new pair of jeans and it's doing it again.
Yeah, this is you, man. I hate to
How-
say it.
no.
This is you.
So what is it? What do you think? it is?
I've never had that problem.
can you do me a favor, Justin? Can you call Target and just say, hey,
Can I call them? I'll call
You
them on the
guys
phone. And
got
be like,
faulty
excuse
zippers?
me, I bought some pants and the zipper just won't stay up. Is that what you want me to?
yeah, something along those
Yeah,
lines.
why not?
Yeah, just like, hey, my pants keep coming unzipped. Just say that.
I would like a
I'm
refund on my
zipless, man. I'm
jeans.
just hit them up and say I'm zipless in Seattle.
A
Don't know what you're
zipless in
talking about.
Seattle. I look.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I get this is strange. I just want to know like why this keeps happening.
I wish I knew. I've never heard of this problem.
It's a
It,
problem I
it
have.
this is like something from like a Japanese folklore where you've been cursed by a little demon that unzips your pants every day. This is not normal at all.
Yeah.
You got a kappa in your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess everyone fared okay in the snowstorm. Then, did you guys see
Yeah.
where people are wanting refunds for all the damn bread and milk that they bought
And their
and
pants
No.
being unzipped. It's
and the
crazy.
pants? Yeah, they're angry about that. Here, let me show you this. This was in North Carolina here.
Okay.
Um, this is in Apex actually, like right down the road.
Yeah,
All
this
these
is where I live.
Yeah, all these people show up. I'm trying to recognize that street corner. Ross, do you know where that is in Apex?
No.
I don't either.
I the sign is that sign is not being held by somebody. The one on the left that says Apex, that's an actual sign.
Yeah, that's the town sign, I suppose.
Yeah, I have
Um,
no idea where that
but
is.
yeah, you see
To,
here.
to be fair, I don't know where I even live, honestly.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. But yeah, you see they've got all their bread and milk out because all the weathermen said that I guess the storm was going to be one thing, and it kind of like ended up not really being like a thing. And I guess
Right.
people like because people panic bought all that stuff. I mean, did you guys like run
Hmm.
into any issues in the grocery stores? Because it was pretty damn like chaotic out here.
Yeah, I went and I got caught up, trying to buy something, and it took me longer than it ever should have because everyone was there. Um, I don't, the whole thing of like the bread and the milk is so weird to me. I don't know why people do that.
Got to make them bread and milk sandwiches. Harris Teeter was pretty crazy. I went up there to buy my my Panda Puffs and my wine, and the line was pretty long there. And of course, Ross, they were doing that thing you mentioned. I think it was last week on the show where they're at the self checkout line, and I'm standing there with a box of Panda Puffs and like a glass and a bottle
Oh
of
yeah.
wine, and like there's like carts like full of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they
And
got like 80 things
yes, and they're all like
and they're
standing
taking
there.
up your
Yes.
spot.
Oh, I was furious. I was furious. But you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of because I don't really check the news about anything really. And so I remember during COVID, like right before COVID happened, I remember I'm one of those guys who I do my grocery shopping like every day. Like I don't
Yeah.
buy like a
I'm
week's
the
worth
same
of
way.
stuff. Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't buy
I
like
do
a week's.
I do like, drinks, what I'm having for dinner that night, maybe the next night. That's it.
Right.
I go
That's what
there.
I do.
I go to the grocery store maybe like 4 times a week.
Me too. And because so during before COVID happens, I'm going up there just to get like chicken for the night. I need chicken, and I'm going up there to buy
Right.
chicken. And I walk in there, and it's like a damn scene out of Mad Max because everyone was getting ready for everything to be shut down. But I did not know this. I did not know this was a thing. But everyone was in there panic buying. The toilet paper, all the meat was gone. Everything's gone because everyone's thinking that it's the end of the world. And I'm just like there to get chicken, and was like kind of panicked myself because when I got in there and I saw everyone was grabbing everything, I was like, well, should I be grabbing everything? Like, is that something I should do? So I'm like, am I?
Yeah, that's the worst part about all this is that if you're a normal person, if you're not someone who freaks out, because everyone else is freaking out, you have to rise to the level of absurdity.
Agreed. And I was just like I said, I was panicked because I was kind of wondering because at that point I feel like I'm put on the spot because
Right.
I'm wandering around the store and I'm like, well, what do I get? Because I'm only thinking like one day at a time because that's all my brain can
Mhm.
handle is one day at a time. And so I'm like thinking like, okay, well, if it's the end of the world, like what do I need to get? And I just
Chicken.
Mayonnaise.
mayonnaise, ugh, chicken and mayonnaise, chicken
I
mayonnaise
think it's
sandwich.
mayonnaise. Mayonnaise stays best at room 10.
Chicken and mayonnaise, you got a good a chicken salad sandwich right there, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's a dude who works at my local food line. He looks like BTK. I don't know if you guys know or if the listeners know what BTK looks like. He's an angry looking dude.
Is
Like
he
if
the
you see a picture
clown?
of No.
No.
That's
That's Gacy, John Wayne
Oh,
yeah,
Gacy.
that's
yeah,
right.
it's John Wayne Gacy. No, BTK, he looks like an angry deacon, which I think he was. I think he that was like his big thing. I think that was actually his undoing was that he was in the
Yeah, I think
church.
his kids really liked him. Said he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's just a sweet man.
He was a
Yeah.
church
Is he
going fella.
is he I actually don't know this. Is he still alive?
No, I
Uh,
think he died a few years
no,
ago.
yeah, he died. No, wait, he is still
Is he
alive.
still alive?
Yeah.
He
Oh,
looks like he definitely looked like the kind of guy that like at in a prison would get stabbed by someone in like a foggy
Dude, this
shower.
is a hard looking man right here, dude. He
oh
looks
yeah.
actually kind of like Jack Nicholas.
He's, yeah, he's a scary man.
Yeah,
He
though,
definitely
see,
looks.
see here though, he is still alive. He's 80 years old.
80 years young.
Oh, he's still alive. That's wild.
Yeah. So there's a guy at Food
So,
Lion who looks like this.
yes, he looks like that, and he's
Jesus.
a little bit less like he's got less hair,
Where does he work?
and
Is he
but
like a cashier or something? Is he meeting customers? This guy?
no, he's a stalker.
He's a
And I
stalker.
don't
Stalker?
mean
No,
I don't mean
okay.
I don't mean he follows people.
Yeah.
He stalks the shelves. And he kind of gets in the way all the time. And to a point where it does
Well, you're not
actually
going to tell him to
annoy.
move, right?
No, I don't want to get killed.
Yeah.
Um,
You're gonna leave
but
him
yeah, no,
be.
he's a super weird dude. Um, but yeah, I caught him one day. I was walking behind him, and he was walking with the woman who does the meat section. She's like she's like the butcher, I
The
guess. I don't know
meat
if she's the
lady.
butcher. The meat lady. I caught him like playing grab ass with her, and it was super weird,
I wanted
dude.
some meat.
He was grabbing at her ass, dude. And I'm not talking like this wasn't like a little pat, like bro's fingers disappeared for a few seconds.
Bro was getting fresh in the food line.
He was digging, dude, and it was kind of scary. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. But he's like he's not a very friendly dude, and he kind of gets in the way. Um, but yeah, dude, when I saw him like grabbing this old lady's ass, because the woman who he was like playing grab ass with is super old, and that's always a little weird. He's probably, I mean, he looks like BTK, and BTK probably looked like what? That picture you showed was what? 50 years old man.
Probably. I doubt he looked like, because that didn't look like an 80-year-old.
No,
Yeah.
the woman that he was like grabbing the ass of probably looks like she's like 80, maybe
Damn.
70. I don't know.
Okay.
She doesn't walk very fast. And he was just kind of walking behind her and he was just like patting her ass. And I was like, okay,
Well,
this is a
maybe he
little
was just
weird.
pushing her along.
Yeah.
No. That's what I'm saying. It was a little weird. He was just patting the ass. And then I just saw his fingers disappear.
Oh.
I was like,
that's
where
gross.
did those go? Where did those fingers go, dude?
It's really
Well,
gross.
the most important thing is that it sounds consensual. So
So I
ever-
think it is.
I'm about to
I
say,
think I
was
actually
he-
think it is. No, I think it is because weeks later or months later, I did see them like going into the same car together, and I'm like, okay, they're. I think they're. She's okay with this, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I was not okay with this. I did not enjoy watching this at all.
I used to work at a Super Kmart. Honestly, one of my proudest moments, just being a part of that team. Honestly, children today are really going to miss out on a good time. The thing about the Super Kmart is, at one time it had a Little Caesars. By the time I started working there, they had already left the Kmarts. But I was working there as a cashier, and there was a woman had checked out. She had a daughter. Excuse me, a handsome daughter, I might say,
Mhm.
and an older woman. This is a black family. It's sort of important. It's a black family. The young girl had braids. Excuse me. A older white lady was behind them as they were leaving, and she tells the mom of that young girl, she's like, "Oh, you have such a handsome son." And the lady looked at her and she's like, "Bitch, that's my daughter."
Oh,
And they
no.
left.
You know what's funny is I have a very similar story. I was a very beautiful boy, I think, as a child.
Oh, nice.
And I had long blonde hair. And I remember one day at a department store, this this woman who I can only describe as thick, Portuguese woman up north.
Nice. Yep. A lot of
She
those.
she she said hi to me, and then she looked at my mom and she said, "You have a beautiful child. Boy or a girl?" And I remember thinking to myself at that time, as a child, I remember looking at her and being like, "Bitch, I could ask you the same thing with that mustache you have."
Oh,
Yeah, you should have.
so you got
I
mistaken
didn't
as
do
a
that though.
girl.
Yeah. I had long blonde hair, and I was a very beautiful little boy, apparently.
Honestly, I think it's less of an insult to be mistaken as a boy as a girl than a girl as a boy.
I
To
would
me,
too.
You're not wrong. It definitely is less of an insult, but as
yeah.
a young boy, it was not something I enjoyed.
I bet not.
Because I mean, we all remember the Hanson brothers. They all like chicks and girls
Hmm.
loved them. You know,
Yeah, but
so
like straight boys didn't love them.
yeah, but I know, but you wouldn't want to be like, oh, that dude looks like a Hanson.
I mean, maybe that's what she was saying. Maybe I should have been
Yeah,
flattered, but I was
yeah.
annoyed. And I'm not saying that to be mean. She did have a little bit of facial hair up on the top of her lip. See, not to, and obviously not to bring it back to the disturbing incident of uh, a BTK grabbing the meat lady's ass, but I did feel like I witnessed something that I should not have witnessed. I was sitting there behind them. I had my cart. I had a few sodies in my cart, and I was just I saw this, and my eyes kind of widened, and I thought, I don't think I was supposed to see that. I'm a pretty quiet person. I have a light step, so I don't know if they actually knew I was behind them, but I saw that, and I just thought to myself, gosh, if this woman's ass had eyeballs, they would be staring right at me. They'd be staring right through my soul.
What's
And
up?
so that makes me wonder, if have you guys ever witnessed something that you don't think you should have seen? Because that was definitely something I should not have seen.
I was in Portland. This was back in, let's say, 2013. I was in Portland. They have a large unhoused population, unfortunately. I wish them the best. Whatever. They're unhoused. A lot of people in the streets. And I was actually in their like one of the more upscale districts, like the financial district, I'm pretty sure. And I look down the street and I see a woman with her leg up on a tree peeing like a dog. In the
Jesus.
middle of the day.
That might have been
Um,
performance art if it's
that,
important.
it may have been performance art, but I mean, like that, like I shouldn't have seen it, but it was
No,
also wide open in the public, so I don't know that counts.
Okay.
still,
I
still
don't know.
weird. Still crazy
Yeah.
that anybody would do that in public.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go sometimes.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, but you can do it a little more discreetly, I would think.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think if I've seen anything else. Oh, nah. So I saw. Okay, when I lived in Massachusetts,
Okay.
um,
My home state.
your home state, across from me was a old complex. This was during COVID, so no one, especially Massachusetts, no one was outside. It was pretty empty outside. And there was like a building complex that was abandoned even before COVID. And so just like empty parking lots, people would go run back there, and there'd be woods, or there was woods you could run through and stuff. So I was walking over there one day, and I saw an old couple going at it. I mean, they were just
Whoa.
Ooh.
hanging out in the grass,
An
which
old
Yeah,
couple.
again,
they subscribed to
yeah,
hymns.
nice. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they were just going at it, but again, I shouldn't have seen it, but it was also sort of out in the open. I don't think they expected anyone to come back there, but
I think they did. I think they were
Yeah.
looking for a third party. And
uh,
you missed your opportunity, buddy.
no, I just kept it moving. I was all right. No, I just kept it.
You
I
just
just
kept
kept
it
it
moving,
moving.
just kept it going.
Just a
Yeah.
viewer, just a humble viewer.
Yeah, so I mean, again, it looks like they're having a good time. I don't know if they ever realized that I walked by or not. I was like, you know what?
When
Who am
someone's
I to judge?
enjoying, yeah, when someone's having a good time, when someone's enjoying themselves, it's best to just let them have their
Es-
moment.
Especially at that time, during COVID, like, let the boys out, let them breathe. You've
This
been in the house
this
all day.
this may have been an act of rebellion.
Maybe. I mean, they look like. Well, listen, I'm judging by the guy's testicles. They might have been about 75, 80. So,
Oof.
Oh, so they
uh,
were like they were. Are you saying they were At his knees, at his ankles.
They were rubbing the ground.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I think you're being a little modest. I think this is
Yeah.
a 90-year-old.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm listen. Who knows? But yeah, they just judging by the old testes, he's up there in years. He has some real
Yeah.
hangers on him, as they say.
Well, God bless, man. That makes me
Yeah,
happy to hear, especially in my home state.
exactly.
Knowing that people from Massachusetts are enjoying their their twilight years makes me really happy.
Yeah.
I had a friend. I had a friend who called me up one night. She lived in Wilmington, and she was in Fayetteville. She calls me up, and this is when I lived in Raleigh. And she's like, "Hey, I'm in Fayetteville. Why don't you come down and hang out?" Now I was like, "Dude, that's so far away." But peer pressure took over, and she's like, "Why don't you come hang out? We're going to this club." And I was like, "I really don't want to go because I really don't like clubs or anything like that. It wasn't my thing." And but anyway, I decided to go. So I drive all the way to Fayetteville, and I think I'm going to a club, like just a regular old club. Turns out that was not the case. I pull into and I started getting suspicious when I pulled into the parking lot, and there was
And Bill Maher was there.
yeah, yeah, but there was
Without a partner.
without a partner. But there was no
Selfish Bill.
yeah, there was no signage on this building like whatsoever. It was just a plain building, and people are like going in, and it turned out to be like I guess like like a sex dungeon type of club thing. I don't know. It was crazy, dude.
That sounds scary.
It was terrifying.
A sec-
It was terrifying.
sex club sounds fun if you're single. Sex dungeon sounds terrifying regardless of your status.
It was terrifying. Like I had never been so scared in my life. We go in, the place smelled just weird.
That's always my concern. Like I like yeah, ideally you think, oh, sex dungeon, that'd be great. But then you got a bunch of strangers, pH balance, there's a lot of bodies moving
Dude,
around.
it was
There's
This
so
smells
much
so gross.
so much body
It
odor, so much
smelled,
like
yeah, it
piss
smelled
and
weird.
shit and sweat.
It smelled weird.
Ugh.
Everyone's walking around with like no clothes on. I'm fully there was a dude on a leash that was like crawling around on all fours. And
They need to take him out, dude. Take him out to go
it was
to go
crazy.
potty.
And then they had so the funny thing was is that they actually had like a buffet, and I remember I had another friend there who was just as scared as I was, and they were and she was like, well, what do we do? Do you want to get some food? And I'm like, here? You want to eat here? I was like, no. And then the funny thing was is that eventually we found this pool table over in the back corner, so we're like, well, let's just play pool while this is just let's just play pool, and we go over and we're like, hey, can we get the we're like, hey, can we get? Because you had to go up to the counter to get the balls and the stick. And,
Yeah, can we get the? Can we get? I was like, can we get the balls and the stick?
So we're
You
like,
actually
hey,
asked that
yeah, so we're like,
at a
hey,
sex dungeon.
Yeah, so we're like, hey, can we get the balls and the stick for the pool? And he goes, what are you guys gonna do with them? And we're like, we're gonna play. We're like,
I thought he was gonna say you're a man. You already have both.
no. So he was like, well, what are you guys planning on doing with them? And we were like, well, we're gonna play pool. And he was like, oh, you're just gonna play pool? And we were like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was so then I started thinking, I was like,
where are you sticking that 8-ball? Where you sticking that 8-ball?
Place was terrifying though. There was this I remember there was this one girl who was tied up on this thing, and this dude dressed like a clown was just whipping the shit out of her as she was like screaming.
This sounds like a fucking nightmare.
It was
dude.
horrible, dude. Like I'm telling you, when I tell you this place was scary as shit, like it was scary as I was mortified.
This is the kind of place you wake up from in a cold sweat, thanking God that it was a fucking dream.
Dude, it was horrible. It was dark. It smelled weird. There was music was blaring just as loud as it could.
But you mentioned the food. Did you not grab any?
No,
I would not grab.
I did not get any of the food.
Oh, I
I
was
would
sort of
not-
wondering,
I
like, why
didn't
they got a
touch
buffet?
anything. I was scared to touch anything. I stood the entire
If you're
time.
gonna if you're gonna eat some of the if you're gonna eat some of the chicken nuggies from the sex dungeon, at the very least, do not engage in the sauce.
Well, my question is, like, what if you're there and people were there fart maxing at the buffet? You know, everyone's just loading up on broccoli, high sulfur foods, and
I
then
mean,
just,
that's a whole another subsect of fetish.
I know,
Dude,
but I
would-
feel like you don't
there's-
want food at a at a sex party, right? I don't think I would.
I'll go a step farther. I don't think you want fart maxers at a sex party.
Absolutely. Well, depending, right? It depends. It depends on the
It
party. Like I feel
depends.
like it's a very even more niche party. If you, I'm sure there is a party where like, hey, let's load up on some, queso before
That's
the
a
party. Yeah.
very specific party, though.
Yeah. Like it's catered by Taco Bell. But yeah, I
You
feel like that,
can't
like you said,
you can't just go to a dungeon fart maxing. You
that's
just
true.
can't.
I was invited to a dungeon once when I was in North
You
Dakota.
were invited.
But
I thought you were gonna say Massachusetts. I was like, thank
no, no,
you.
no. I was in North Dakota this time. It was we were leaving the club, and a guy stopped me and my friend. He's like, "Hey, dudes, you guys want to come back to the dungeon with us?" And I was like,
You can't name that. You can't call it a dungeon.
I
"Yeah."
know.
And the guy was very like weird. He was high,
Yeah, you
and
don't say. He's a
he had
little
like
fucking strange. He's a little. The guy who invites you into the dungeon was a little odd. You
yeah, he
don't
was, and
say.
he was also by himself. So I was like,
Oh,
I'm
Bill.
okay.
This was Bill Maher, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So I
He was like,
imagine you
"Yeah, just."
didn't go.
I did not actually. I went. I was like, you know what? I'm headed home, bud. I'm gonna get out of here.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
I tell you, how about this for a transition? But the place was so scary it made me feel like I was in Silent Hill, which I wasn't able to watch this weekend because of the winter storm. However, I wouldn't have been able to
Right.
watch it anyway because this movie is not playing anywhere.
That's so disappointing because I wanted to watch this.
I
I
did
wanted to go
too.
see
I
this. I
wanted to see
know.
this, but this film is not playing anywhere, and it's apparently so bad. It's got what, a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. That
Yeah,
the director
that's
is
what
getting death threats.
Oh wow.
They are wanting to
that's a
kill this guy
little.
for making this movie.
Yeah, that's a little too far. It was last week I reported it was 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. I can only imagine it's gone even lower if people want
Actually, it's
the
gone
man
up.
dead.
It's
Oh,
it's
really?
gone 19%.
19%.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
going the other
But
way.
here's the thing. That's critics who we don't care about. That's
Right.
what the audience score is.
Oh, it's got to be higher.
Ooh, the audience score. If that's
Yeah.
so, the critics is 19%. The audience score has got to be. I'm gonna say.
35.
I'm gonna say 26%.
Justin's is closer, 29%.
Okay.
29%.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
that's good
gone up.
enough for me to watch it.
About to say, I do want to. So it turns out, like, we're probably gonna have to wait until this is streaming to watch this.
Oh,
But
that's so disappointing though. I wanted to see this in like full theater mode.
I did too.
Can
I did too.
I give you one of the top comments on Rotten Tomatoes from a fan?
Sure.
Please.
Uh, Fuck awful adaptation. Sorry.
That's
Fuck
all it says.
awful adaptation. That's it. That's the whole thing.
That's the whole thing. Fuck awful adaptation.
Yeah.
Well,
That
here's.
sounds like a fan. That sounds like something I would say.
But,
Yeah.
I did find. I don't know if y'all are familiar with regular Eye Patch Wolf.
Yes. Yeah.
He went and saw the movie, and here's a little bit of what he had to say about it. What he did a real, like, apparently fresh. He just got back from the movies. Here's a little bit what he had to say.
Oh,
Check
I
it out.
just
Yeah, so
watched the Silent Hill 2 movie, and oh my fucking god. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you some things that happen in this movie. Number one, the very first thing, is that James Sunderland sparks up a blunt. He gets in a bar fight in the second scene. Number two, like 20 minutes into the movie, Mary transforms into a giant tarantula monster and proceeds to have a hardcore wrestling match with Pyramid Head. Number
I gotta see that.
three, Mary is now part of a cult that eats her. Number four, Laura carries around a screaming zombie baby. And you know what? A lot of the movie is just like weird, silly bollocks, and I was kind of on board. But it actually got to a point where I was like, okay, fuck this. I hate this. This is a nightmare. I think I like the medium of films less now. And I gotta spoil it, so I'm just gonna spoil the end of the movie here. James creates a time loop
Okay.
and goes back to the start of the film and saves Mary, meaning
Nice.
that Silent Hill 2 is no longer this beautiful meditation on loss and grief and self-loathing. It's now a film about how time travel is cool.
Time
Oh,
travel
man.
is cool. So yeah, so apparently James is able to time travel in this Silent Hill 2 movie. It sounds terrible, but I mean, it sounds just bad enough that it's got to be fun to just hate
I
watch
do.
this thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do definitely want to watch it. So regular Eye Patch Wolf is his channel where he just kind of streams and stuff. Super Eye Patch Wolf is his main where he does a lot of like long form videos. I would recommend anyone watching to check out both of those channels.
Yeah,
But
he's great.
that was hilarious. Yeah, I don't know anything about this movie because it sounds like this movie has nothing to do with the game. But I definitely do want to see it if for no other reason than it seems like a train wreck. It seems like the guy who made it, who I think the guy who created this film, correct me if I'm wrong, but he said that he's a huge fan of Silent Hill,
Yeah, he
which
did.
suggests to me that he does not
He
understand
does not
the
get it.
nuance of the games at
Or
all.
maybe it was one of those things like, do you remember where we knew that guy in college who was like, he was hell bent on playing Final Fantasy VII as many times as he could to
Yes,
save what's her name from getting killed,
Aerith.
Aerith from getting
Yeah,
killed. So maybe when he
that
played
was tragic.
maybe when he played Silent Hill 2, he was like, I really wish I could just save Mary, and if I ever got my chance to write an ending, I'm going to do it where James is able to time travel and do it.
That's insane, and I hate it and love it at the same time.
Well, check this out. I mean, like, look at I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's this screenshot going around of James in a beard for one of the flashback scenes.
Yeah,
Look at the beard.
I
Now,
have
is that
seen it.
not
It's
like
so
production
fake.
quality? Look at the line here. There's the line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what they were
Why give him a
thinking.
fake beard?
I
Why
don't
give
know.
him
I
a
mean,
fake beard?
so I think that looks horrible, and I'm not trying to give the film too much credit, but I have to assume that maybe this image that we're seeing was there for maybe a split second, and they just assumed no one would tell
Screenshot it and just
whilst
stare at it.
yeah, screenshotting and looking at it is different from it being like a 1 second scene. That is me trying to give the most grace to this abomination
Yeah.
of a movie. If it hangs on him with his fake beard, then yeah, I mean it's kind of unforgivable.
Can I say this about the film? So the director, he says he was required to keep the length under 2 hours and hopes fans can watch the longer director's cut someday. So we're gonna get the Snyder
Oh,
cut one
God.
day, and then they
Okay,
completely
okay.
change the movie.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
my
So
even
God.
better.
don't count them out yet. It sounds like
Yeah,
the studio ruined the movie.
Oh,
he's playing the long game, and
Yeah.
us real Silent Hill heads need to just be patient.
we just don't understand. We just need to be
You can't
patient.
just change an artist's vision, you know.
You can't.
So
Well, where that movie is failing, apparently a movie that is succeeding is Iron Lung.
Melania. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
Iron Lung, which features Markiplier. For those of you who don't know, he's
Oh,
a game YouTuber.
he's yeah, I know. I'm very familiar with him. I liked him a lot. I didn't know he was in it. I knew he made this. He's
No, dude,
actually starring in it.
Dude, he wrote, directed,
Mm-hmm.
paid for, stars in, edited this movie. Do you want to see the trailer? Have you seen the trailer yet? You want to see a little bit of this thing?
I
Wait,
have
can
not
before
seen
we,
it, and
before we play it, can you guys like? I hear people say Markiplier all the time, but I don't actually know the lore. He's just a really good streamer or fun.
He's a
streamer.
really good
I
streamer.
don't.
So I used to watch him. Well, the first time I discovered him was years ago when Five Nights at Freddy's first came out, and he was playing Five Nights at Freddy's. And
yeah, that was a big thing for him.
yeah, he has a really good voice. He was funny. He would.
Is he funnier than Aiden Ross? Because that's all I watch.
yeah.
I think the old guy having sex in Boston is funnier than Aiden Ross.
Oh
Yeah.
well. Okay.
At least more entertaining.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's kind of Markiplier in a nutshell. For those of you who don't know who the hell that is listening to this show, he's basically, he goes on YouTube, he plays scary games, and he's funny watching him do. He usually gets real scared and does this. Anyway, he played this game Iron Lung, which I have also played and dabbled in, and I can talk about that game later. But he made this movie. Here's the trailer featuring Markiplier in this film called Iron Lung.
All right.
I see that question in your eyes. For what purpose do we remain alone in the dark?
Beginning the descent.
Oh, that's a game reference right there.
Is that really?
I ask myself
Alone in the
that
Dark.
very same question.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I'm seeing some voltage irregularities.
But yeah, this is Markiplier's acting debut here.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I
there
want you
he
to pay
is. Yeah.
attention. I want you to pay attention
You did
to
test this thing, right?
This is the test.
the stuff he's doing in the ship, like the
Where's
just
the
being in
reason
Sure.
for this quiet rapture?
I recognize
Too few
that
to build,
beautiful
too
voice,
many to feed.
that chiseled jaw.
Down. All we have are surface scans. That's why you're there. Well, one of the reasons.
I just agree. This is important. Food, air. We need this, not just the seal, all of us. We need this.
There aren't enough of us left to be throwing lives away. There is too much at stake. Not
This is the
to
trailer.
calculated risk.
It's a bit long, yeah.
yeah.
You don't
So
understand.
yeah, so you get the idea.
Yeah, I think we got the gist of
you
it.
get the
I
gist.
want to say, just full disclosure, I am familiar with Markiplier. I do like him quite a bit. I haven't kept up with him in probably the last 10 years, but I do like him a lot. And this movie doesn't look like something I'd be interested in, but that's that. If it does well, that's great. If it doesn't, whatever.
Well, okay, so let me talk a little bit about the game, and then I'll tell you really quick what the folks are saying. But so the game
Sure, yeah.
Iron Lung is essentially it looks like it's done with PS1 graphics. Really low budget
Okay.
game. Yeah, really low budget game, made by a single developer, I think. But basically, the story of this is that one day, all of the stars in the sky like disappeared, and a lot of the planets that had healthy stars were just gone one day. So the whole universe is plunged into like this darkness, except for these like really, I guess, low powered stars. I don't know how to say it in the sciencey way, but anyway, like
Right.
it's a dark world. There's limited resources. But there's
Everything's dimming.
dimming. There's this planet that has a blood ocean, like the ocean is blood, and they send convicts and the submersibles down to look for resources. So in the game, you play a convict who, if you do this and live and succeed in your mission, you will be granted your freedom. And this is all done with text because it's a low budget game. So there really isn't. It's just text telling you this. And the whole game is you're in a submarine and you can't see where you're going, but you have like a chart that has like longitude and latitude, X and Y axis, and you're just moving around and going to these I think there's like 10 points you have to go to, and you have to take a picture of where you're at. Now that's where the horror comes from, because since you can't see where you're going, when you take the picture of where you're at, sometimes you might see something in the snapshot, and when you take another one, it is gone.
Okay.
That's where. So the overall consensus of this movie, though, is that for normies who are going to see it, they're saying that nothing happens in this movie for like.
Right.
So it's a 2-hour runtime. They're saying that nothing happens in this movie for like an hour and a half. It's Markiplier in a submersible by himself, pressing buttons.
Okay. So
Is it like- Sorry, go ahead.
go
Ryan.
ahead.
I
I was
was
just
gonna say,
saying.
you know that movie in the what's the movie with the guy that plays the Green Goblin,
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, where he's in a lighthouse, him and Robert Pattinson. They're just
Yeah, I think
jerking it
it's
the
just
whole
called
time.
The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think like 90% of that movie is just them jerking it in the lighthouse.
No, that's true. I saw that movie in the theater. You're right. 90% of that movie is just them kind of drinking and jerking. That's all they
I
kinda
think
really do,
you
and
got.
farting.
I think both of you are confusing that movie was just a live feed of Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah, everyone's jerking it in Boston. So, anyways, okay, so Markiplier's jerking it for 90% of the movie, right? Is that what you're saying?
Apparently,
Okay.
no. So the reviews are essentially that nothing really happens in it. They're saying that he's pretty decent in it.
Okay.
You know, because who knew that he could act? But they're just saying that like the pacing is very low energy. The scenarios that his character's in are not compelling. They drag on. This guy from IGN who was reviewing it says 15 minutes into the movie, he started to think how restless he was becoming and that he still had like 2 full hours to go.
No.
It was
That's
just
that's one of the most damning things someone could say is
right.
that 15 minutes in, they wanted to end.
But here's the thing, because Markiplier has got his boys, they
Yeah.
love the movie. The movie is actually getting like I think it's got a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes from an audience score because he's
Yeah.
got like a huge following, and they are all
Oh,
going to the film and being like a fucking masterpiece.
that doesn't that honestly it doesn't shock me because he has cultivated such a loyal fan base. Um, not to retread things, but maybe I misunderstood. You said this was based off of a game?
A video game, yeah.
Did he make that game?
No, but he played it on his channel and
Okay.
he loved it. Like he loved the
Okay.
game. I didn't watch him play the game, but I watched. Are you familiar with Gabby Smolders?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I watched her play the game, and then
Mhm.
subsequently I wanted to try it myself. But I didn't
So the
watch him
game
play.
is better than this movie, is what people are saying,
I
or
mean,
what
I thought the game was
the
kind of.
non okay, the non-Markiplier fans are saying they didn't
Like,
live up
yeah,
to the
just
game.
imagine people who didn't like you, who did not
Hmm.
know that this was a video game, who just they
Hmm.
see a scary movie coming out, they're like, hey, let's go watch this scary horror film about creatures under the ocean. And because I mean the trailer, I mean it did look, I guess, kind of scary.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, let's just go see what this is, and they come out of there being like, what the hell was that? Nothing happened. Apparently the last 30 minutes of the film there's a lot of crazy shit going on and it gets really good. But
Well, the
you've got to
last
get through an
30
hour and a half to get to that point, and people were like, well, this sucks. I'm just watched this guy in a submersible by himself twist a bunch of buttons and replace cabling.
right.
But his boys, all of the Markiplier fans who watch him on YouTube are going and they're saying this is the peak cinema. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll have to wait to see that one. Although that movie is playing at my theater where Silent Hill is not. I don't know if I want to sit through 2 hours of, because I like Markiplier too, and I am curious to see the film and I want to see what he does. It's his acting debut, directorial, everything debut. But I think I'm gonna like Silent Hill. I think I'm gonna have to wait for that one. But moving out of the films, we did actually get a response from our alpha male topic from last week, and yes, according to this commenter, it would be a huge red flag. They said if I found out my husband / boyfriend spent $1,800 for other men to humiliate him, I'd be so done. Here's the tick. They said, do you know how many Pokemon cards you could buy with 18 grand?
Okay. Depending on the card, maybe 5.
5 Pokemon cards.
Maybe
Someone,
1.
yeah. Well, I mean, someone did steal a couple of weeks ago $100,000 worth of Pokemon cards. So
Oh yeah.
they definitely are worth a lot. By the way, why can't old people say Pokemon? Why do they say Pokemon?
That's a good question. Growing up, like I was a 90s kid, so I was very much ingrained in the Pokemon culture and I loved it. Still kind of do, but it's a little less these days. I always assumed people said Pokemon, older people, um, to just be kind of rude, like to insult, to make fun of something that the kids loved. But I don't know if that's true anymore. I think people just don't know how to pronounce the word mon, I guess.
I don't know, but I just noticed that like there's a certain age of person that's older than me that every time it
Yeah.
comes up, they're like they'll say, oh yeah, that Pokemon or Pokemon. They never say the
Do you,
Pokemon. It's like there's like
do
they
you,
can't do it.
right. Do you think that they're doing it intentionally to be
I mean,
rude?
I feel what you're saying. Like, I feel like that's almost a very a possibility to diminish how cool it is. That they're
Because
saying, oh yeah,
Pokemon,
They're rejecting modernity.
right? Because Pokemon is such a global phenomenon, I don't see how even someone who doesn't care about it doesn't know what to refer to it as, you know?
Hmm.
Like I don't give a shit about Labubus, but I say Labubu because I know that's what it's called. I'm not gonna be like, oh, the Lalulu to be snarky.
I don't know why this tickles my soul, but I still laugh when I think about the joke you told me that one time that like when French people hurt themselves, they call it a labubu.
A
I
Labubu.
got a
I fell down.
labubu.
I fell down. I hurt my knee. I got a Labubu. It is really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think Labubus are obviously super popular right now. Not nearly to the extent of Pokemon, as far as I know. And I haven't heard anyone mispronounce them. But I
I'll tell you
still hear
what.
people mispronounce Pokemon, and I just have to assume it's to kind of shit on it, which is not cool. It's kind of lame.
I don't like when people screw up Pokemon. I remember getting mad at my grandma when she saw my Jigglypuff card and she's like, "Oh, does this evolve into Clefable?" I was like, "No, are you fucking serious? You think Jigglypuff
Yeah,
turns into Clefable? What the fuck?
justice for Nikos's grandma. That's an easy mistake to make.
It's not. Jigglypuff obviously turns into
When you
Wigglytuff.
when you see a Wigglytuff, yeah, she's an idiot. But if she hadn't seen a Wigglytuff, I'm gonna give her the pass.
Nah, I don't see who fucks that up. Who fuck? Honestly, she was really just trying to get under my skin, and I know
She
it.
probably was. She probably
Yeah.
was. What? So is Jigglypuff one of your favorites, or what's your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, my favorite Pokemon? Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good question. Let me think.
you have like 1,000 to pick through,
Oh, the
and
thing is,
even
I really only know the first two generations.
well, even I was about to say, even if you if you didn't continue with it, that's still like almost 300 to pick through, which is a pretty crazy
two,
amount.
201, I think, is the first two generations, right?
Okay. I didn't
So
realize
that's
that the second generation offered so little because
it was only like
150 and
50.
151 was the first.
It might have gone up to 251, but I'm pretty sure it's only like.
Okay.
Let me think. That's a tough. Honestly, I think it's probably Psyduck.
Psyduck?
Psyduck's cool. I like Psyduck. I
Yeah.
like his little three sprouts of hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just awesome having because in those generations having a psychic Pokemon, and the thing is like
Hmm.
you have psychic and it really doesn't get much better. So
Really
and then
doesn't.
Golduck was real badass in there. The swipes, man.
Oh
Hey, do
yeah.
you want to
So
see
So
this reminds me of a kind of a funny aside with Justin. I actually saw Justin you start your Pokemon journey, and in Generation One,
Oh
and I
yeah.
think you only caught a Pidgey
That's it.
and a Rattata,
That's
and
it.
I was like, why aren't you catching the other ones? And I remember you being like, I don't need any more. I want my pigeon and my rat. That's
Yeah.
it.
I
Which is
had
the funniest thing ever.
I had never really played it, and so I'm playing the game, and I catch like the pigeon, and I catch like a rat, and then I start leveling them up, and I'm thinking like in terms of like other games I've played where you had to level something up, so I'm like I'm just gonna make these super strong, so they get like really strong, and I'm just going through and I'm crushing Pokemon, I'm beating them left and right because this Pidgey and this rat is just getting super strong, but I'm not getting any others because I'm like, well, dude, I'm super strong, I've got all I need. I don't
You're
need any other
passing
Pokemon.
you're passing up on some of the best
I know.
Pokemon,
I'm like, I don't
and you're
need
just like, I
any.
don't care. I don't want them.
I made it all the way. Do you remember the boat in Pokemon Blue?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I made it all the way there with just a Pidgey and a rat.
You
Rattata.
kind of are in like a really unique roundabout way. You kind of are like the perfect Pokemon master because you literally just know what you love and you focus on that.
See?
well, the
Because
thing is
I
you
can,
have to catch a Pokemon that can swim though is the problem.
that's true. You would have
Yeah.
gotten to a point where you couldn't continue if you hadn't done that.
No. Well,
But I speaking as someone who loved Pokemon, I would catch everything I would see, and I mean, like 99% of what I caught would just go into my PC box, and I would never look at them ever again. So the fact that you had two that you treated like your children is kind of sweet. It's
yeah.
kind of beautiful.
See, I'm a good Pokemon. I'm a good Pokemon trainer.
You're maybe one of the best.
I'm the one of the best. You want to see another really cool Pokemon trainer? Check this guy out. Ross, you sent me this. This is hilarious. This Pokemon scalper got
Oh
stuck
yeah,
under this vending
yeah.
machine. Check this dude out. Check this dude out.
Oh, she screams at him.
Yeah, she screams at him to get up and move out of the way. But you see, here he is. He's just
He,
stuck back there behind his
he
feet
got
hanging out from it.
he got stuck. I can't hear the audio, but it's not a whole lot. Literally, she just says "get out," and then he just goes, "I'm stuck,"
I'm stuck.
which is so funny.
But how did he end up there? How did
So
he end up there? What's he doing underneath the vending machine?
so I don't know this exactly. I probably should have looked into this a little bit, but essentially, um, he's trying to pull the power
Oh,
cord
they do.
to
Okay,
reset it.
over here it says a Pokemon reseller was caught exploiting a reset glitch to bypass the
Yeah.
purchase limit. They do this by unplugging the power cord, forcing a system reboot before he could do it. A store employee found him, causing him to panic and become physically wedged between the units.
I don't know exactly what the reset glitch gets you. I don't
He
know if there's
says
like a
he
limit
dropped
to your
something.
card. Yeah, I mean he's obviously lying
Yeah.
because he screams, I'm
I'm
stuck,"
stuck.
and he knows he's made a fool of himself. I don't know what the reset glitch is. I don't know if like trying to buy from a vending machine, you can only do it so many times before your card is declined. Maybe I don't know. So I assume the reset glitch is to allow yourself to just continuously buy them. Um, which is such a shitty thing to do. The scalpers are some of the worst, not just Pokemon scalpers, but just scalpers in general are some of the worst people because they find a niche, not even a niche because Pokemon's not really niche, it's pretty popular now. But they find something that people love and they try to buy as much of the merch as they can and then just resell it for like three times its value. And particularly with Pokemon cards, it's such a scummy thing to do because like so many young children want to just collect these cards, enjoy these cards, and it's like you got some middle-aged asshole who's screwing up their hobby, and it's so frustrating that people are screwing up the hobby. And it's gotten so bad. I'll go this far. I don't know if you guys are familiar that there was a Pokemon like Campbell's soup collab where the soup would have different Pokemon artwork on like the paper that goes around the can of soup. The scalpers went after the freaking soup, man. Like it was hard to find soup that had this on it because the scalpers were snatching them all up.
It's the same thing when Fallout came out with that Jones soda had that Nuka-Cola
Yeah.
Quantum. I went up to
Listen-
Target to get a pack of it, and people were running past me to get back there, and they were like, "Give me 10 cases, give me 15
Yeah.
cases," and I'm like, "Dude, I might not get any because I'm waiting." And by the time I got there, I could only get 2 cases.
Which is crazy. And to bring it even more relevant, the Fallout stim packs
The stim pack
at,
thing,
at Dave's Hot Chicken got sold out within 2 hours.
That's right. Within 2 hours, everybody went in there and bought up those little mayonnaise squirting stem packs. Because I tried to get you one.
Well, thank you for not.
I tried, but yeah,
We need to buy one. We need to buy one and fill it up with mayo and film us giving it to Nikos.
That's
Yeah,
what we
don't
need
do
to do.
that. That's disgusting.
So let's open up, if you don't mind. Let's open up Chuckle Court. Are we ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh man! So let me pull up our first case. So our first case today in Chuckle Court is going to involve a beloved mascot, Chuck E. Cheese. This one comes to us here. Look at the photo. Here's old Chucky getting arrested.
It's heartbreaking.
It's
heartbreaking,
really
man.
is.
So this is January 26th. Chuck E. Cheese was put up on criminal charges last year. So I guess this arrest took place last year. You can see here he's getting handcuffed. This is in Florida, of course. Where else?
Of course.
Cheese, also known as Jermell Jones. He's 42. He pleaded.
Cheese? I thought
Cheese.
I guess
So
that's his last name. Yeah.
No, it's Cheese. Also
His
known
full
as
name is actually Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Charles.
Oh.
That's
Oh, I
the E
didn't-
stands
Is that real?
That's his real name, Charles Entertainment
Oh,
Cheese.
Actually,
wow.
you know what? I don't even know if I knew that. Charles Entertainment Cheese, also known as Jermell Jones, pleaded no contest today to 2 felony charges in connection with his theft of a Visa debit card belonging to a female customer. The woman told the cops that she was at a Chuck E. Cheese. She was a Chuck E. Cheese regular, and that her plastic went missing after her child's birthday party at the Tallahassee business.
There's got to be something wrong with being a Chuck E. Cheese regular. I feel like that Chuck E. Cheese has to be a once a year for your kid's birthday event at most. How can you be a
I'm a
regular?
regular. I come every weekend. Jones cops charged used the stolen card for purchases at smoke shops, Circle K,
Nice.
grocery stores, and a Whataburger.
It's a regular guy.
Just yeah,
He's just like us, man.
this
Yeah,
is
he's just a
him. I
regular
guess this
dude.
is a picture
He
of Mr. Jones.
he's just us with a little bit of bad luck. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Exactly.
So during a circuit court hearing, Jones pleaded to a pair of felonies and one misdemeanor as a part of the deal with prosecutors. While the felonies each carried a maximum 5-year prison term and the misdemeanor could have resulted in 364 days in the county jail, Jones has avoided a custodial term. As part of his plea bargain, Jones was sentenced to 3 years probation and ordered to pay about $1,600 in court costs and fees. A judge also ordered him to have no contact with the victim and to stay away from the Chuck E. Cheese where he was once
Oh.
employed.
Oh no! So
That's the real punishment.
Was it $1,600? What is that in cheese coin?
That's pretty good,
Cheese
right?
tokens. That's got to be
I know,
a
That's got to
lot.
be a lot of cheese tokens.
You know.
The best part is, though, when he was arrested in costume in late July, Jones claimed that if he had found a patron's credit card, he would have turned it in to Chuck E. Cheese and not kept it. However, when police searched Jones, they found victim Michelle Allen's Visa card and a receipt for the purchases made with the stolen item. So I guess
he's
he
like-
tried
he's
to
like-
say, he's like, I didn't find it. You know,
It sounds like a setup to me.
He's a
I think it was
complicated
framed.
man.
I think
I
he was
think-
framed.
He may have been framed. I think it's probably more likely that he is the perfect embodiment of the duality of man. He is the reality and the desire colliding with one another.
Yeah.
And he's a victim. He's a victim of his own desire.
Yeah, so poor Chuck E. Cheese, he gets arrested. There, like I said, there's the footage of him getting arrested. Somehow she recognized him, so she was looking at down here. It says, she upon viewing the security footage, Allen told cops she immediately recognized the suspect as an employee at Chuck E. Cheese.
How? And also, why did they cuff him with
The head on, the mask.
with the
on.
head on?
I would've
The
liked-
So here's
head.
the thing: if you watch the full footage, he is hosting a children's party, and the kids are in Chuck E. Cheese crying and screaming as they pull him out of there.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that, man. Let the kids dream.
Well, at least they let it, they didn't show that hey, Chuck E. Cheese is a mascot, so they still have that vision in their head that no, Chuck E. Cheese, at least he exists, right?
Yeah.
This is like, well, I was gonna say this is almost like the most severe case of like, what was it called? Like when you try scared straight, right? Like even Chuck E. Cheese, even Charles Entertainment Cheese is going to be held responsible.
So what do we feel? What do we feel about Chucky? Deserved being framed?
You know, this is Chuckle Court, so we have to deliberate. We have to decide whether or not he's innocent or guilty. He's definitely guilty. It's not a matter of that, in my opinion. It's a matter of what punishment. And is he more worthy of execution than Mark Anthony? I feel very few people are.
Honestly,
But I'm
can I give you? I just want to say, I think his punishment, honestly, what the courts did to him is a little overkill. Because here's the thing, he'll never be able to don the mask again.
See,
And
yeah.
honestly, at the end of the day, I would rather be dead.
I
than to
agree with.
never be able to
I'm actually
don
going to
the
agree with
mask
Nico's
again.
here. I was going to say that if they were to send him to jail, the stipulation would have to be he'd at least get to be Chuck E. Cheese at the jailhouse. Like during the lunchtime, he could go around and wear the costume and continue being Chuck E. Cheese. I think it's criminal. It's so sad to think that they took Chuck E. Cheese away from him. But then
So
again,
I
I think
don't
about maybe
disagree.
he wasn't worthy to don the Chuck E. Cheese costume. Now that
That's
I
a
think about
fair.
it.
Well, these are all fair points. I would suggest if he is not going to ever be a Chuck E. Cheese again, then you might as well just execute him because that's a fate worse than death.
Yeah.
If I was a guy who donned the mouse mask and I was told I couldn't anymore, just kill me. Just kill me. And you know what? For my final meal, give me some uneven slices of pizza that might have been stolen from another family that didn't finish. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna say, and you guys can agree or disagree. I'm going to sentence him to execution, not because I think he deserves it, but because I'm doing that as a mercy.
A mercy.
A mercy
him-
kill.
Yeah.
A mercy kill, please.
I think that's the right thing to do. Remove his ventilator. Just let the man. He's been through enough.
Yeah.
Just let him go.
All right. Chuck E. Cheese is
Send
being
him back to God.
Yep, Chuck E.
Yeah.
Cheese is being sent back to God. Okay, so for our next and last case of the day, we have a one here from January 28th. Florida man 51 busted for sexual performance with a vacuum cleaner. Florida man was arrested yesterday for indecent exposure after he allegedly engaged in sexual performance with a vacuum cleaner at a gated resort community near Disney World.
Okay. Was it consensual?
Doesn't sound like it was, that poor vacuum cleaner.
Okay.
According to police, witnesses provided statements and a cell phone recording showing Kevin Dale Westerhold, 51, as shown in this picture here, partially clothed and communing with the appliance. I love the way that is written, communing with
He's a
the
good-looking
appliance.
51. I'm pretty sure the appliance was asking for it. So
I wouldn't doubt it, man. If I was appliance, I mean, I'm not an appliance. I'm still curious.
Well, they said they got the 911 calls about the suspect's lewd vacuum encounter, but by the time cops arrived at the scene, the man had left the area. A subsequent investigation resulted in the identification of Westerhold,
a little smash and dash.
a little smash and dash, who cops say is suspected based on witness accounts and video evidence of several other instances of indecent exposure at the property. So this is not even his first. This is not even his first time.
No, he's a romantic, man. He's a lover.
Westerhold and his wife own condos at the resort, which they rent out via Airbnb. Westerhold was arrested Tuesday at his residence in Oviedo, a Seminole County city about 35 miles.
Semen hole.
Seminole? Seminole? No, it's not.
That's what he calls his vacuum.
Seminole.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's been charged with exposure of sexual organs of misdemeanor. Westerhold was booked into the county jail on a $2,500 bond, which, by the way, that's less than what Chuck E. Cheese. That's more than what Chuck E. Cheese had to pay, and he stole something.
Yeah.
He does not.
Yeah, but what he stole, what Chuck E. Cheese stole, was a little bit more amorphous. What this man stole can never be returned.
Still our innocence. Yeah.
I like down
Yes.
here. I like down here. They reached out for comment, but he did not reply.
Oh, I wish he had, man. He would have been such a legend.
The good thing about Florida is their sunshine laws. You get a lot of video. So one day this video is going to drop, and we're going to see the
Yeah.
police interaction. And so what was the sex? Because there's so many sex acts you can do. So
Yeah.
and it doesn't explain what he was doing. What did he? What was he doing?
I don't know what he was doing to this, and I'd love
Who
to know
was-
what is it always about? Because he's done this before. So is it always a vacuum cleaner, or is it a different?
Well, it says
appliance
he's
every
been
time?
nude before. My thing is like, who's inside of who? That's the real question.
Right.
You know.
I think he looking at his face right now,
Yeah.
he looks like a really generous lover. I think he gives and receives.
Okay,
Nice.
that makes sense. I can see that.
I will say though, this is a Florida man. I assumed like 80% of Floridians were doing the same thing. I don't think he's done anything that's out of the norm.
No, this is pretty low on the Florida tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, so I guess we can get into the sentencing phase of this, but I feel like the fact that he was able to pull this off without an injury is pretty impressive. I think he actually I think he deserves accolades rather than sentencing.
Yeah. So you're saying, hey, we're acquitting him.
We're acquitting him, and we're also congratulating him.
Okay.
He
A
did-
key to the city.
He pulled a key to the city, a key to the local vacuum dealership.
Yeah.
This
Key to
man
Seminole
has
County.
Exactly. Yeah.
he's done something that many have tried and few have succeeded in. Why should we punish him for succeeding in his act of love?
Well, boys, I think this is going to do it for today's episode. Thanks for dropping in for the Chuckle. And looks like we're going to have some more crazy weather coming up, so hopefully everybody stays warm doing all that mess and doesn't start getting ice for your vacuum cleaner while you're trapped in the house. Hopefully not. You guys got any plans for this weekend to survive the ice snowmageddon thing?
I'm not eat all my snacks tonight. Hopefully they can make it till Monday.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
kind of in this. I'm in the same boat as both of you. I think I've eaten everything I got for survival before the event even happened.
Oh, jeez. Well, with that, that's going to do it for Chuckle with the Guys. Be sure to tune into us every Monday at 4, and also check out Anakashi and I as we play through Baldur's Gate 3. We actually survived the end of Act 2, and we'll be beginning Act 3 on Thursday at 7. We'll see you next time. Take it easy.